Hi there. In a previous video, I showed you how to integrate Hive and Slack to send notifications to a channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to integrate Hive and Slack so you privately receive notifications whenever an action is assigned, an action is due, or someone mentions in an action comment. So for instance, I have Hive and Slack side by side. I have a bot that is messaging me. Whenever somebody assigns me to a card, I receive this message. Whenever the action card is due, I receive this message. And by the way, as optional, we can send this dedicated Slack channel that message as well. And finally, whenever somebody mentions me in a comment, I receive a notification as well. All these three notifications, I added a link so I can click on them, and this will bring me directly to the Hive action card. Like this. Hi there, I'm Andres, I work at Connex, and we are an automations and integrations agency as well as official Hive partners. We can help you automate your company workflow and integrate your tech stack using Hive Automate. Do you have any integrations or automations idea in mind? Feel free to book a free discovery call using the link in the description below. On a Zoom call, we are going to discuss together the feasibility of your project. I'm going to show you how to build these automations using Hive Automate, which is Workato. If you don't have Hive Automate, connect with your Hive representative to explore how to activate this for your company. I'm going to give you an overview of these automations. If you want a detailed one-on-one tutorial for how Automate works and Workato works, drop a comment below and I will create a tutorial for you. So let's start with whenever an action is assigned to a user. The recipe to build this starts with the trigger new or updated action in Hive. Start with a new or updated action in Hive, and the object you need to monitor is action, and then the trigger event is updated action. Then here in this field, we select the specific field we want to monitor, in this case, assignees. Then we can choose to monitor only a specific project, or if you leave this open, this will trigger off of any project that exists in your Hive workspace. Then the automation just checks that someone was assigned to this task. It gets the specific user in Hive, so we can pull the email address of the user. And with this action, we get the user Slack ID using the email address of this user. Finally, with this action, we post a message in Slack, sending it privately by configuring the post message in Slack action in this way. So in the channel ID or name, we use the add and the ID found by the step before, which is this one. Then here we can build the text and have a mix of links and static text. In this case, I'm mentioning that the task with this title was assigned to you, and there is a link for that action card in Hive. Just if we go quickly here, this is the message that we're sending, and this includes the title of that task and the link to the task. And then that's it. This is a super simple recipe to notify yourself or any user on your company whenever a task or a new action card is assigned to them. Next, actions due. This is how the due date recipe notification looks like. So it triggers every day at midnight, and it gets all the actions from Hive and checks for each action if the due date is equal to today or a previous date. This is customizable. So for example, if you want just to check due dates for today, that's doable as well. Or for dates due to 5 days back, that's doable as well. Then for each action due, it will get the user details. So we can find that user using their email address and then post a message in Slack with the link to the action card. This is optional, but I added here a couple of actions to look up for that action card specific project in Slack. If you recall and you checked my previous video, I built an automation there to create a Slack channel for every project that you have in Slack. And so these two actions here, what it does, it looks up that specific channel and notify that channel as well. This is optional, and you can remove these actions if you don't want to notify the channel, but I find it useful to notify the user and the channel as well. Finally, this automation is for yourself if you want to monitor a specific action whenever somebody mentions you in a comment. Today, you get these notifications over email, but say, for example, you are involved somehow in an action card and you want to be notified over Slack about comments there. Well, this is automation is for you. So again, this triggers every day at 6 a.m. It gets the specific details of an action in Hive, and this is somehow a limitation of this recipe. It will listen only to one action. If you're curious to learn how to build this in a way that monitors all action cards in your Hive workspace, book a time using the link in the description below so we can explore the options to make this happen. So the recipe, what does next is gets all the comments from this action card. It goes one by one and checks that the date is from the previous day. And again, it finds the user in Hive and notifies them on Slack privately about the new comment. This specific recipe is notifying all users in Slack. We can tweak this if you want to notify only yourself or any specific user. And that's it. This is how you build automations using Hive Automate. Let me know in the comments below if you ever got stuck, or reach out if you need help implementing this for your company. Ciao.